I am going to attend 2 cup finals in one day. First off, we are heading to the capital for the Sky Sports Cup final. Rangers women, the Partick Thistle women. Partick Thistle, managed by current men's striker Brian Graham, against Rangers, who we saw lift this competition last year. Hopefully we've got enough time post the first cup final to hotfoot our way from the capital up to Falkirk for Airdrie versus TNS in the SPFL Trust Trophy. There are so many talking points with both finals, but more interestingly for me is to watch a Welsh team come up against a Scottish team in a Scottish Cup final. Should be really fascinating. We've covered Airdrie before, we've covered TNS before, and I always do ask the question when I go to places like Wales or Northern Ireland or England, how do these teams stack up against teams in Scottish divisions? Where would they fall within the pyramid? And I guess we're going to find that out today. But first off, let's head to the capital. You watch a lot of the Rangers women, don't you?
Yep.
Cup final day today.
Yep.
How big is it for the club to see the women play here at Tynecastle, up for another
huge,
trophy?
Sam, yeah, I think as well because of what happened last week, the first defeat, the league points have dropped away a little bit. But I think, see, when you get a chance to bounce back, what a game to win a trophy, and obviously to try and defend it because they won it last year. So yeah, it's a huge, huge game for them.
And what players are we looking out for?
Today I'm looking at, it's a shame Kirsty McLean's not fit. Rio Hardy up front has scored goals. Jane Ross is obviously back, massive difference. I like the girl Liv McLaughlin that's come in on loan. I think they needed that area just beefed up a little bit. She's come in and done really, really well. I think that could be, those three, if they start, I think that's the difference.
And they're playing Partick Thistle, who this is their first ever final,
Right.
the women's game.
Yeah.
Do you know much about them and what to expect?
I do know that we played them a few weeks back at Petershill Park. It finished nothing each, which shows you they gave Rangers a game.
.10:53 and we are inside the Hearts media suite here before the game, and yeah, we've got a long day ahead of us. Will we be able to make it from this final to the other? If this one goes to extra time and penalties, then who knows how it's all going to go. You've come up from London today?
Yes.
For the Sky Sports Cup final. Do you know much about the two teams today?
Yes, I've actually watched Rangers before. I saw them against Celtic in the cup final. I've kind of followed their journey a bit. I know that they beat Celtic to get here, which is massive. They've won it before. I think that Thistle are underdogs. Love an underdog story. It's the first time they've got to the final. So really impressive from both teams, and I think it's going to be a great spectacle today.
And how was the women's game growing, especially down in England and up here in Scotland as well?
Massive. I think women's football is growing globally in every country now.
Yep.
We're seeing massive strides, and for me it's so important to see, but it's also amazing because I followed it from the beginning, and just to see packed out stadiums now, professional leagues.
And the Sky Sports Cup final as well, like big organisations getting behind it and playing in these big stadiums as well. It must be great for the players to actually play here at Tynecastle, the home of Hearts.
I know, we just looked briefly at the stadium, sorry, the changing room. We're going to see more in a bit. You just say wow, and then you walk out here.
Yeah, what's your first impressions of the stadium? It's an amazing ground.
Time.
Yeah.
It's actually my first time in Edinburgh.
Wow.
And what a stadium.
Busy weekend for you. You were up at Arbroath yesterday playing for Thistle, men's team, and now you're down here managing in the capital today. When does the recovery start and the preparation finish and everything in between?
Listen, there's no really time for recovery in my life. I'm so busy. Obviously the girls are training 3 times a week and I'm full-time footballer myself, so. But listen, we got the job done yesterday, now it's what we're trying to do today.
How's the run been to the final?
It's been good. Listen, there was a couple of scary moments. Probably the only biggest one was we were 1 down against Montrose. We came back 1-2-1, and then I thought they were excellent in the semi-final, so fully deserved to come to the final today.
And you play at Petershill, but how special will it be for the team to play here today at Tynecastle?
It's excellent. Listen, I'm a player myself. It's one of the best in the country for atmosphere-wise, and I've been lucky enough to play here when it's been a full house. So I want my girls to go and sample it. It's a great pitch. The pitch is looking great. The sun's shining. Usual cup final day. So now it's about my girls going out there, standing up and counted.
think it might be 2-3. I think it'll be 3-0 Rangers.
Right, enjoy. Nice
Thank
one,
you.
lads. You're a Thistle fan?
Yeah.
What's the score going to be?
3-1.
3-1. John, we've just kicked off. What are you thinking for today?
I'd like to see Partick pick it up. I think it's the first time they've been to the cup final, so yeah, it'd be brilliant to see them win today.
It's a good occasion today, isn't it? Good atmosphere.
Fantastic, yeah, absolutely brilliant. I mean, just listen to the noise. You've got the drums, you've got the, you know, the flames at the start. It was
Oh, it's
brilliant,
class, yeah. Are you confident that Thistle are going to win?
Yeah.
What's the score going to be?
6-0.
6-0.
4-3.
4-3 and...
I'll take 1-0.
Goal scorer for Rangers, number 8, Rachel Rowe.
As you can see, it is 2:10 and the second final will kick off at 4:15. So we've got just over 2 hours until kick-off of the second final, and we are 38 minutes into the first. It's half-time and it's 3-1 to Rangers. What did you make of the first half?
I absolutely loved it. Firstly, the atmosphere, the fans, they brought everything today. You can see the passion. And for me, Thistle had a great start. They had an early chance. They scored an absolute worldie.
And the fans, how good was the atmosphere when they scored? Because we were in and around the Thistle fans.
It was the best. Such a great experience. That goal was stuck in my head. Top bins. I think Thistle did extremely well being the underdog. And then Rangers have sort of shown their experience. They've come back. And now it's going to be really, really tough in the second half.
They're used to it on the big stage, aren't they, compared to Thistle? It's their first cup final as well, so what can you expect compared to a team like Rangers who have been here and done it before, you know?
Well, there's no pressure on Thistle. I mean, they can just go for it. It is going to be a lot tougher now in the second half because I think Rangers will start to find their rhythm.
Goal scorer for Rangers, number 24, Liv McLaughlin.
So Cody Hay has just come on for Partick Thistle.
Jane Ross, she's replaced by
Number 7 there for Thistle. Her sister, Brogan Hay, on the other side plays for Rangers. So we've got two sisters playing against each other now. Look at this, the Sunnies are on now. And I was worried when this game started that maybe it'd go to extra time and penalties. We've got to make it obviously to Falkirk later for the second final, but now it's 4-1 with just over 20 minutes to go. I think we should obviously get away from here after 90 minutes and after the trophy lift. It's 3 o'clock now, 20 minutes to go. So I don't know, we might not even catch the start of the SPFL Trust Trophy final. I hope we do. That's a really interesting game, obviously.
Rangers, the winners of the 2023-24 Sky Sports Cup.
Rangers is obviously such an old historic team with so much success. How does it feel writing your own history?
It's unbelievable. We've said it week in, week out, as we want to bring as many trophies to the women's team as possible because what the men have done historically is phenomenal, so we want to bring that here.
And you've had a great few years, especially just the competitiveness within the entire league. How is it playing in the league, especially last season, it went right down to the wire. I know it didn't quite work out in the end, but just the football in general just seems to be so tight between yourselves, Celtic and Glasgow City as well.
Look, it's fantastic from the outside point of view in women's football in Scotland. It's really taken off, and I've been in the journey since the very beginning, so to see the amount of fans that have turned out today, and hopefully we can keep continuing to grow that, because it's a special place and it's a special club, and hopefully we can continue going in the right direction.
You mentioned the fans. Have you got a message to everybody who's come out today?
Yeah, I just want to thank them from the bottom of my heart, to be honest.
So cup final number 1 is done. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The next one kicks off in 20 minutes and we're still outside the Tynecastle Arms. Next time I see you will hopefully be in Falkirk. Okay, we've made it. There's been a couple of goals scored as well, but as you can see, we are here at Falkirk, and what a beautiful day for 2 cup finals. We were at another cup final, so you can't blame us. The Women's League Cup final. 4-1 to Rangers. Right, it looks like we just made it for half time.
This is my daughter Laura.
So you've come up from Wales for the game, right?
Yeah.
How has it been, the journey to the final?
Really good, really good. We've really enjoyed it, and the atmosphere's so good, and it's really enjoying it.
How does it feel being a Welsh team in a Scottish final as well? It's like a European Cup final, isn't it?
It's a big game. It's definitely a big game. Hopefully they'll win it, and it'd be weird to have a Welsh team win the Scottish Cups, but
it would be the first ever time in non-Scottish teams won this competition as well.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And so, which players are we looking out for? Who's the main man today?
He's on the bench. Our favourite player is Thistle. He's a friend of ours. So.
Same for you as well, yeah?
Yeah.
And what's the final score going to be? What do you reckon?
3-1 to TNS.
2-1 TNS.
3-1 TNS.
As you can see, we've actually made it to the Falkirk Stadium for TNS versus Airdrie. A lot of Airdrie fans, as you can see, quite a lot of TNS fans here as well. But this would be the first time in SPFL Trust Trophy history that a non-Scottish team would win it, if TNS were to win it today. But for Airdrie, they've already won it, I think, 3 times as Airdrieonians and once as Airdrie United, so they have quite a lot of history in this competition. Airdrie fan, how did the first half go?
Good, end-to-end, good game.
What's the final score going to be then?
3-1 Airdrie.
How's it feel, cup final?
Class, love it, absolutely loving it.
Final score?
Airdrie 3, Nuisance 1.
2-1 Airdrie.
2-1, you saying?
2-1 Airdrie. 2-1 Airdrie.
Favourite Airdrie player?
Probably Tamla Hill.
And who about for you?
Tamla.
Who's the best football team in the world? Airdrie have a penalty. An amazing roar there from the Airdrie fans as the goal went in, and then the subsequent celebrations as well. They have got a great support. I know Airdrie are a really well supported club, and they got this stand here, they got this stand behind me obviously, but the poor TNS fans over the other side. So we got another Englishman. Congratulations, you're in order, because this game means you've completed the 42.
Yep.
Favourite one out of the 42?
Probably Rangers.
Rangers, okay. What about the more obscure, the smaller ones? What would you say?
Peterhead.
Peterhead, yeah, Peterhead's a good little stadium to be fair.
Peterhead, abroad was brilliant.
Yeah. And what do you make of Falkirk today?
Yeah, it's busier than I expected. Nice little ground. Big ground.
And it's 2-1 now, they just scored a penalty. Do you think Airdrie will go on and win it?
How long's left? 10 minutes?
15?
10, 15 minutes? They should now, but they've been lucky. I mean, the TNS should have had 2 or 3 in the first half.
Reece, player manager. How do you find both roles, like managing the two?
Difficult today, especially coming off early in the game, but listen, I still think I've got plenty left in my legs, and when the day that kind of changes, and I'll take a back step. But listen, we're a good young group, and the bit of experience that I do have in the game and in my career, I try and pass on as much knowledge to
I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure on the facts, but I think you might be the youngest manager to have won this competition, maybe an SPFL trophy in general. How does that make you feel?
Great. Obviously I don't know all these.
If not the youngest, one of the youngest anyway,
so,
yeah.
Listen, it's great, but more importantly, collectively as a team, you know, we were a young group, we came up through the playoffs last year, come into a new division, we've got ourselves a bit of silverware, and on the last kind of run of fixtures, got a chance to really kick for the playoffs.
And obviously the league is so tight, isn't it, between sort of 4th and 9th. Does this give you a lot of confidence going into the back end of the season now?
Of course it does. Listen, even the performance element, listen, no one will remember the performance. What they'll remember is that we've got a trophy in it, like you said. It gives you that real kind of pigeon chest when you go into your remaining fixtures, and we're hoping that that can spur us on for a final push.
I've been to TNS before, met you down there. For the people who maybe haven't seen that video, could you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, my name's Stuart Bloor. They call me The Rev, and I'm involved in media at the New Saints.
How's the journey been for New Saints getting to this final? Because it must be quite special for you as a Welsh club that plays in England, just the stadium, technically just over the border, but you're playing in the Scottish final. Quite a story.
Yeah, cross-border competition. We are used to it anyway, qualifying for Europe on a regular basis, so we see it as an extension of that. And it's always nice, and I'm a ground hopper like yourself, and whilst as a club we prefer to get a home draw, I have a little personal desire to get somewhere on the road, and that's happened a couple of times this season.
And didn't you beat Falkirk in the semis?
We did.
And so you've got to come back for the final. So
so I've been to this ground twice in the space of a few weeks.
We did it. We managed to watch 2 finals. Well, nearly. Obviously, we watched all of the first one. So much great access and so many big names there. Even off camera that I was chatting to but didn't manage to get on the video. Gordon Duncan was there. Ailey Barber. Ian Croker, obviously the Sky Sports team. As well as just loads of recognisable faces. And the second one, yeah, we made it just in time for half time, so we caught all the second half, and obviously the trophy left, which for me is the main bit in the trophy days. Obviously a lot of the times finals aren't that great, are they? They're always just about getting the result and being scrappy and just like trying to get that win so you get your hands on the silverware. But 2 hugely historic occasions, one for Thistle with their first ever cup final with the women's team, and Rangers winning yet another trophy to add to their collection, and Airdrie winning the trophy again. I've had another look at it today. I think they've won it numerous times as Airdrieonians. I think once as Airdrie United, like I said when I was in there, so a little bit confusing as to work out like how many times this Airdrie have won it and sort of what they were called previously and stuff. Bit complicated, but yeah, Airdrie won it again, and seeing TNS again, and the Rev at the end there, what a cool guy. Met a good few people down at TNS before. Their stadium is actually in England, it's over the border. They're from Wales, obviously. They play European football almost every season, but they were playing in the Scottish final today. Yesterday, absolutely mad. Love that kind of stuff. But today, these kind of videos are all about things like this, the fans and the people that you see, and for me to get the access that I did and speak to like Brian Graham, Nicola Doherty, and Reece McCabe, amongst others. But yeah, the fans, I mean, it's all about that today, like the memories that they have. Will hopefully be with them for the rest of their lives, seeing their teams win trophies and meet their favourite players, and just be out there in the sun on a lovely sunny day, out with their friends, out with their families, and they can just remember these moments forever. Yeah, a huge thank you to the SPFL and the SWPL for partnering with me on this video. Do remember to check out all of their socials. I've been posting loads of stuff on Twitter and Instagram, and obviously here on YouTube as well, so go and follow them on all their socials. I'm sure you can find them through all of the things that I have been posting. Yeah, I know I mentioned that I've been to TNS, so if you want to see more from that, then click on that video. I'll also leave another video on screen. Not sure what it will be, but it won't be from TNS. But if you want to see more from the Welsh champions, then click on that video. If you want to see something else, then click on the other one. Thank you so much, and goodbye.